Hello my beautiful man-to-manners. This is a video response for Ziggy on his video Advice for Fellow Gays. Hi Ziggy, nice to meet you. I'm Joe San. I was gonna write you a comment, but I figure a video response would be 10 times better because I think you brought up a lot of good points. And especially from your perspective, you know, I think you're turning 20? Yeah. One of the things that you were talking about was gay people being shallow. And I completely agree. There's a lot of shallowness, superficialness in our world. One of those is the event, the occasion that you went through about the guy that was being a little bit superficial, but you said he was overweight, right? And what I wanted to say about that is usually people who are shallow or superficial are sort of projecting. If they're speaking something negative, they're projecting their own insecurities on other people. You know how he said that he would never date someone looking like that, yet he looked not that far off. Yeah, it's most of the cases it's that they're projecting their insecurities. And then the people that they are attracted to, guess what? Yeah, they're the qualities that they wish they probably had themselves. And we're only speaking of superficial, shallow people. That's usually their case. I also wanted to talk about the 3 non-negotiables. I think that's a really awesome idea. We should all have some non-negotiables. You mentioned love, about having like an intense love in the beginning. I don't know if you meant in the beginning, but if you did mean in the beginning, I would say, I would question that. I would question if you meet this person and they're just so automatically so into you, so in love with you. Love is powerful. Love is a very powerful word, and it's a very powerful feeling. So if someone's telling you that they love you and they barely met you, you know, or they know a little bit about you, I would definitely question that. I don't know if that should be a deal breaker, you know, since the beginning, if they should love you so much right off the bat. And yes, in the beginning it should be about getting to know the other person, seeing how they kind of react with issues, problems, the world, how they treat other people, just things that are important to know if you're going to be in a relationship with a person. And vice versa, you know, you need to let them know what you're all about. Like, obviously you have certain standards, right? And they need to know those as well. Like, you're a virgin and you don't have sex, right? To most people, that's a deal breaker, right? So it's good to know all these things. And another thing too that I think some people might be confused is because you could say, oh well, we've talked and I've told him my story. He knows exactly everything from when I was born till now, me being a 20-year-old. But there's a difference between, you know, telling someone your story or them telling you their story versus you actually seeing for yourself how these people, you know, interact, how these people behave, how these people think, right? And another one of your non-negotiables, I think, was that you want to get married, you want to have kids. You know, I actually felt the same way. Probably you're around your age too. Those were kind of like my deal breakers too. Here's the thing with that. Is I think right now you're very young. Not saying that you don't have experience, but you're still gonna experience a few different things, maybe more relationships, new ones. And I think you're gonna come to the realization that some of these ideals that we all have, right, for our charming prince, our lifelong partner, they're gonna be completely different. Like I always wanted to get married and I always wanted to have kids, and right now in my current relationship, you know, that may or may not happen. And in the past, that probably would have really clashed with me. That probably would have really made me think about where this relationship was going. And I'm just thinking, had I been that way, I wouldn't have never experienced what I've experienced up to this date. We have 2 years now, and it's just getting better and better and better. And obviously we have some different perspectives, but especially on that certain one, it's, you know, it's fine. It's almost molding, right? Like I'm kind of molding more towards his perspective of, well, why kids, and he's sort of molding to mine. Is like, oh well, you know, maybe not kids, maybe we'll have like 10 dogs or something like that. But you know what I mean. So I think right now you might be a little too young to be even thinking about that stuff, or at least to have it as a deal breaker right now for you. That's just my suggestion for you. It might help. And then lastly, the your non-negotiable for the height. That I was really surprised when I heard you say that, because I was like, whoa, you are very tall. Completely tall. See, that goes along with what I was telling you before about marriages and kids. You know, we're pretty much making these non-negotiables in a sort of superficial bubble, right? Not saying that you're a superficial person, but if there are going to be non-negotiable, again, I think it has to be more things alongside with your mindset. You know, I think the marriage one is a little bit closer to that, you know, because you want to have a lifelong partner, you might want to have kids. These are really important things that you might have to think about. Versus height, you know, I mean, I understand you're a tall person and everyone else is gonna be small, but see, that's the thing. A lot of guys are gonna be way shorter than you, and I think the whole looking weird or in public or feeling weird, that's more like you know, what society is gonna view of your relationship, and that really should not matter when, you know, when you find your significant other. That I think that's one of those things that it's just, that's an outside perspective. Who cares, right? If you find the love of your life, who cares? So yeah, those are just a couple suggestions on the 3 non-negotiables for you. Again, I think that's a really awesome idea. We should all have at least some levels of standards and not just jump from relationship to another relationship. But let's just make sure that these non-negotiables are more mindset based versus a little bit borderline superficial, you know, things. And again, congratulations on your channel. That's so cool. It's amazing that you're so young and you're actually questioning the world, and I love when people, you know, use their brains and just question things. And thank you also for subscribing to my channel. I mean, I'm planning on making so much awesome videos and, you know, bringing some more concrete, non-superficial advice. So yeah, that's just a very quick video for you. I hope that helped. It wasn't really to bring down anything that you said, because, you know, I think you're a very substantial person. It's just some things that I thought would be good to talk about, because I think a lot of the things that you said are coming from a young mentality, right? So thank you again, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.